Welcome to SVGTV's news for Tuesday, September 17, 2024. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Starting next month, October 9th to be exact, JetBlue is expected to commence flights to Argyle International Airport twice weekly. This announcement was made by Minister of Finance Camilla Gonsalves during a Star Radio broadcast on Monday night. The minister attributed the increased interest in travel to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to this new service. According to Gonsalves, the round-trip fares with JetBlue are quite affordable.
On the 9th of October, don't forget it, on the 9th of October, JetBlue lands in St. Vincent and the Grenadines from JFK. That is every Wednesday and every Sunday from October the 9th going forward. We're going to have direct flights from JFK to Argyle on JetBlue. And those flights right now are cheap. And if you go on the JetBlue website, if you're planning to go to New York to see your family for Christmas, go on the JetBlue website. Hear what I'm telling you. You can get a ticket, if you pick the right days in December, you can get a round trip ticket to New York for under $350.
Minister Gonsalves added that American Airlines will also introduce the direct flights from JFK International Airport every Saturday starting in December. Additionally, American Airlines is expected to begin flights from Charlotte, North Carolina also in December. The finance minister highlighted that these developments present a significant boost to tourist arrivals in SVG.
We flight out of London, because we have Vincy's in London. We flight out of Miami, we fly from New York, because we have Vincy's in New York. Because they weren't sure yet that our tourism product was going to be able to, that we could fly a flight of tourists fully. And not that we were, diaspora people coming home. The Charlotte, North Carolina flight is an expression of confidence in our ability to attract a plane load of tourists, a full plane of tourists, because we don't have any large Vincy community in North Carolina. We have Vincy everywhere, but you can't full a plane with Vincentians coming from North Carolina. American Airlines is saying we believe we can full a plane of tourists coming from North Carolina, coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that is a very, very important development in our tourism product. Everything is interconnected.
Meanwhile, several regional carriers, including Liat 2020 and Wing Air, have been given the green light to start flights to SVG before the end of the year. Minister Gonsalves has countered claims that a work has been scheduled on only 15 homes on Union Island, as stated by MP for the Southern Grenadines Terence Oliver last week on Nice Radio. The finance minister, speaking on the ULP Speaks program, expressed his disappointment with the statement. According to the minister, plans are in place to repair all homes on Union Island.
Slow, and it's political, let's not be naive, and there's political shenanigans going on. I was so beyond disappointed. I was so disgusted to hear those sorts of comments just 10 weeks after Hurricane Beryl. Out to Ashton, there's electricity along the main road. They're replanting every single pole. Every single house on Union Island is scheduled for repair. We have built material distribution centers in Union Island and in Myro. We have rebuilt schools, police stations. We've cleaned up millions of pounds of galvanized windows, doors, bricks, lumber, plywood, and shipped them off island. Old cars. I mean, the work is incredible. The work that Bragsa has done, the work that contractors have done.
The government minister also revealed that $5,000 vouchers have already been distributed to some residents to help them start rebuilding while assessments continue on the island.
There's a time for everything under the sun, but right now is a time for us to deal with recovery. And that recovery means that we're giving building materials to people who want to rebuild. The people in Union Island now who have gotten vouchers for $5,000 worth of building materials that they can get from couriers. There are people who have gotten other vouchers from Eastern Caribbean Metals to get galvanized for their house. There are assessors, a team of 6 assessors down there, going house to house to house, assessing those homes to see what they need. Because sometimes you as a not a builder, you look up, you see a galvanized missing, you say, boy, I wasn't galvanized. But an experienced builder would come and say, boy, you need plenty more than galvanized. You need rafters, you need all sorts of other things.
95% of buildings on Union Island were destroyed on July 1st by Hurricane Beryl. In other news, in light of the recent brazen killing in Paul's Avenue in capital Kingston on Friday afternoon, opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday has condemned the continuing violence in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking on the NDP's New Times program on Nice Radio yesterday, Dr. Friday expressed his refusal to accept that such murders have become a norm in SVG. Dr. Friday is once again calling on the relevant authorities to address crime with greater urgency to prevent another record-breaking year for homicides in SVG. And lawyer Jomo Thomas, who is representing and dismissed public sector workers in the vaccine mandate case against the government, has expressed disappointment that a decision in the case is still pending. This comes as the Eastern Caribbean Court of Appeal, which is currently sitting in SVG, has yet to hand down a ruling. On his Voices program on WFM last evening, Thomas stated that he is expected the decision to be delivered by now. However, it was missing from the calendar of cases and the list of pending decisions, even though the ruling was reserved months ago. He now anticipates that the decision could be delayed until next year.
One of the glaring omissions is the fact that the court is not rendering a decision in the vaccine mandate case. And you may recall that initially the court had set for hearing the vaccine mandate case on February 2nd, and then the court came and said that there were some difficulties with one or more judges and they had to postpone, and then the matter was bounced further into the year, so they waited March, April, May. Then the matter was finally scheduled and heard on May 28, I think it was, and workers are now waiting June, July, August, and many of us, including myself, thought that we would have had a decision during this sitting of the Court of Appeal. So we may well have to wait until I think it's January or February of next year when the court comes back. Or it may be that the court intends to render the decision in another jurisdiction. So, for example, the court may be in Antigua and decide to render the decision on the vaccine mandate case.
President of the SVG Teachers Union, Oswald Robertson, also expressed his disappointment and is considering some form of action to expedite the process.
Very unfortunate, because we were expecting, having heard that the court would be here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that this would be a good opportunity to give an announcement on this outstanding matter, because it's about 3 years now we have been battling with the state concerning this matter. And I remember when Chief Justice Henry spoke in our first sitting, she said that this matter must be expedited, because I don't know how much more our teachers could really wait. I believe this may call for some kind of social action, you know, within the confines of the law.
In response to the SVGTU's president's suggestion to take action to speed up the decision, Thomas noted that the appeal court has its hands full and it has to hear and decide on matters from 9 jurisdictions.
The time may have come for us to have a constitutional division of the court, where judges who hear constitutional matters, only hear constitutional matters. I saw where some people have said that we should have protests before the court. Well, we could do that, but the court is meeting virtually. So they're not sitting here in the court in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They are in the Vincentian circuit, but they are not physically sitting here.
A shoreline is affecting the central Windward Islands, resulting in cloudy skies, showers of varying intensities, and thunderstorms across SVG. In its 72-hour outlook, the SVG Meteorological Service says these conditions are likely to persist for the remainder of today, with a reduction in visibility near showers. Residents and motorists are asked to continue to exercise caution. The outlook further noted that a few occasional showers are likely on Wednesday as unstable conditions linger across the islands, whereas fair and warm conditions are forecast for the majority of Thursday and Friday, with the mid-afternoon interruptions, light and gentle east-southeasterly trades across our islands with gusts and near showers. The outlook said that by Friday, a slight increase in wind speed is expected and that seas should remain slight to moderate in open waters with swells between 0.5 on the western coast and ranging between 1.2 meters to 2 meters on the eastern coast. No significant Sahara dust haze intrusions is anticipated within the forecast period. Welcome back to the evening news. There is growing concern about the impact of climate change on existing cemeteries here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. With several cemeteries across St. Vincent and the Grenadines approaching full capacity, the government continues to actively seek new lands for cemetery use. This was highlighted by Minister of Urban Development and Local Government, Minerva Brown, who addressed the issue recently on the ULP Speaks program on Star Radio.
But it's definitely approaching field. It's not the only cemetery in St. Vincent that is like that. In fact, 25% of the cemeteries are full or they're approaching the capacity. So the government has been seeking out land throughout the country to make available more cemetery spots or more burial spots. And additionally, what's also been happening, we've been talking about the impacts of climate change tonight, but climate change is also affecting our cemeteries. So for some cemeteries, we actually have to look at the relocation of bodies or graves that were there for some of them for hundreds of years, but they have become or they have fallen victim to the impact of climate change. So yes, the work is being done there, but work is also being done to improve the cemetery and the services that are offered at the cemetery, in particular for the staff at the cemetery.
With the modern state-of-the-art community center in Hopewell Mariaquan nearing completion, Parliamentary Representative Sinclair Prince announced that the facility will feature a computer room, auditorium, classrooms, and a stage area, among other amenities. Speaking during the ULP Speaks program, Sinclair Prince said that the facility will also offer training in culinary arts. Minister Prince emphasized that the community center is not an average facility, but a multi-purpose hub designed to meet the diverse needs of the local community.
It means that we're going to have it as a meeting place for people in the village. At the same time, we're going to have training in culinary arts and some other things. We have a computer room that people are going to have the after-school classes for adult education, and we're going to have a space for mobilization where they will help to counsel people on the social safety net that is available by the government. So that we have, of course, an auditorium upstairs. So that building is going to be the center of activity, I think, in the valley when it's open. Because right now we don't have a community center because we had to break down the old one to make way for the NEMO satellite warehouse right next to the polyclinic and the hospital in Mesmo proper. So we put it up at Hopewell, not too far away from the center of Mesopotamia.
Minister Prince expressed hope that the multipurpose civic center will serve as a place where students can learn about the numerous contributions made by individuals in the Marika community over the years.
We hope to use it as a place where school children could go and learn things. For instance, we have a set of pictures of people who have made contributions to the valley, put them up in various rooms in the center. We have people like Sir Rupert John, who's a Marika man, Dr. J.P. Eustace, Grace Eustace, Chippy Brown, Ilya Latham, Bon Pangai, those people. We have them, the big pictures of them from the valley. The school children come, learn the history of them, their contribution that they made to the valley, how we got our name as self-help capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and maybe that will help them, to become better citizens.
As the West St. George Secondary School celebrates its 20th anniversary, Minister of Education Curtis King announced that the school will soon have a fully equipped laboratory to meet the needs of students. Speaking at the anniversary celebration yesterday, Minister King revealed that the laboratory will be set up with support from a Taiwanese foundation, which is expected to begin installation as early as next week.
In fact, you have done so well with your varied curriculum that it has led to the Ministry of Education recognizing your commitment. And so, with support from a charitable organization called TX Foundation out of Taiwan, you will be getting your own food laboratory. And that project is supposed to start next week. Should have already started, but we had some challenges. But finally, everything is in place.
The minister also encouraged teachers to seek support from the corporate sector to further enhance the school's programs and infrastructure.
I want to encourage the leadership of this school to use this 20th anniversary to reflect on your progress and also use that reflection to guide you on your way forward. And very importantly, as you reflect, do not fail to use the occasion to mobilize resources for the further development of your school. You see, today you are celebrating and everyone is happy. But don't fail to utilize that, because everyone is today willing to provide you with assistance.
Over the past 2 decades, West St. John's Secondary School has undergone significant transformation with notable improvements in its programs and infrastructure. The General Employees Cooperative Credit Union Limited GECU today launched the first of a series of training sessions for small business operators. The training sessions, conducted by the Center for Enterprise Development, the CED, are being held at the University of the West Indies Global Campus in capital Kingston. Chief Executive Officer of GECU, Maxine Johnny, has stated that the training series has been designed to empower small business operators with the necessary tools for success.
At GECU, we recognize the significant role that small businesses play in driving our local economy, creating jobs and fostering innovation. As a financial institution, GECU as a financial institution, we are rooted in service to our members and to our community. And I know that we have registration about 46 persons, which 30 are members and about 16 non-members. So we have a wide cross-section. We have members and non-members. So members represent our membership base. Non-members, all of you make up the community. So it shows our mission in ensure that small businesses are empowered. We not only want to provide financial support, but we want to ensure that you are provided with the tools that are necessary to equip you for success and for growth in the future. You're in a competitive business environment, and we want to ensure that you succeed. Hence the reason why we're going to do a series of training, with this one being the first in the series that we have.
Speaking on the topic, formalize your business, Johnny emphasized that this is a critical first step for any business owner.
By formalizing your operation, you can unlock access to more resources, improve your credibility, and build a solid foundation for future growth. We are excited to partner with the CED. Their expertise and guidance will provide valuable insights into the formalization process, helping you understand the benefit of taking your business to the next level. This session was initially designed for our members, but as I said, when we see the interest from non-members, we decided to open the doors to the wider to all who registered. This GECO, we believe in empowering community. We believe in reaching people, and we hope at the end of the session, those who are non-members, you will see the value of being a part of a cooperative movement, being a part of GECO, and we will have 60 new members by the time the week ends.
President of GECO, Michael Sears, highlighted that the participants represent a broad cross-section of the business community. He noted that GECO is pleased to support both its members and non-members in their growth and development.
It's important that as an organization, GECO shows that we are here not just as a financial institution, but as a people-centric organization, an organization that backs our members, backs our nation, backs our citizens, to let you know that you have that financial support, you have that support in terms of education, in terms of ensuring that it is formalized. Sister Charles, this was her brainchild, and I remember when the CEO brought it to the board, we were in full support from the get-go, because we recognize the value of a corporate society, the value of a small business to our corporate society. And I want to encourage you, because I know as a small business owner myself, that being the manager, the owner, the financial controller, the secretary, everything as it is in your small business, it is not easy. You have to learn a lot. And sometimes there's some days when you feel like giving up, some days when you feel as though, is this even worth it? Because how do they put it? The song can't pay for the dance, or the dance can't pay for the song. One of that, And so the dance can't pay for the light. Thank you very much, And so sometimes it really does feel that way, and it is that way sometimes. But the reality is, it is not about how many times you fail. It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you decide to stand up again and keep moving forward, keep pushing. And so I want to encourage you, keep pushing, don't give up. You have a dream, you have a vision. We are assisting with the help of the CED to ensure that you're able to formalize this vision, you understand the legal ramifications and everything that you need to learn. This is the first in hopefully many other series that will be afforded to you free of charge. GECO is bearing the cost of this. CED is facilitating, ensuring that all of the training information, manuals, everything is available to you. So take full advantage of this.
Representative of the Center for Enterprise Development, the CED, Keisha Phillips, congratulated GECO for initiating the Small Business Training Initiative.
Approached CED not too long ago on this initiative, mainly Ms. Charles, and immediately we rejoiced. I personally rejoiced. And so CED overall, when I took it to the management, rest of the staff, this was right away endorsed, because from our experience at CED, we know that there is need for such relationships to be built between the MSME or the private sector and the financial institution. What GECO has started with this series of business skills training is a journey that would bear fruits, perhaps not in the immediate future, but in the long run, to develop overall our economy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nothing good comes without sweat and tears. And what they are doing is demonstrating that they don't just want your membership or your monies or for you to pay back your loans. They are committed to you as individuals and your development and the development of your businesses. This investment proves that. We're truly happy that we're seeing this move, and I want to encourage other financial institutions in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to follow in this pattern.